Well, you've made it to the end of another fantastic week, odd week though they are. Um, and I want to wish you a very happy early weekend. We have the final day of our dynamic warm up this week. After that, we have our workout of the day. And then we will finish with some fun stuff with the paddle. Um, this is the day that we'll be bumbling around, you and I both, hitting the ball, trying to keep it going, and I'll give you a specific challenge with that toward the end here. So without further ado, let's start our warm up and then we'll get into our workout. Start off with alternating high kicks, and we'll get going here. So we're going to kick one foot out, then kick the other foot out. If you want to make this a little more challenging, reach out for your opposite toe when it comes up. Excellent. Alternating crab toe touches. Similar movement, twisting, stretching out that hamstring, touching the toe, this time from a horizontal position. And we're waking up our arms a little more. Good job. Alternating knee tuck, quad stretch. Pull up on a knee, pull up on the other knee, pull the back of your foot, and pull the other foot. I'm going to get through a couple of good ones of these. Tucking that knee, then pulling back on the foot. Good job. Alternating hip turn out. You're going to go right leg, knee up and out, left leg, knee up and out. Alternating legs in order to work our hip flexors, open up our hips, keeping that planted foot in place each time. Good. We're going over lunge with a twist over your knee. Wait to twist until after you take your lunge step, and you're going to twist over the extended leg. So don't twist away from the leg that you step out with, twist over it. Great job. Windmills, torso twist. Again, twisting across, full range of movement, reaching down and across, keeping knees straight. Standing all the way back up every turn. We have big arm circles, big arm circles. So big arm circles forward for 10 seconds. Then we're going to go backward for 10 seconds. Great. Back kicks. Keep your foot placement consistent. Kind of tighten that ankle joint. We're going to focus on kicking back, so we're stretching our quadriceps. We're keeping our backs straight. It's a controlled movement. Really good for your legs. Then we go into high knees, immediately into high knees, bringing those knees up as high as you can, ideally to your belly button level. Again, consistent foot placement. We want to land on the front half of our foot and explode back up. Good. And ending first round with jumping jacks. Keep your back straight. Work through your jack, full range of motion. So open up those shoulders, stretch out your chest, your shoulders, whole side of your body. Good. Okay, we're going to get back to the beginning, which is alternating high kicks, but give yourself a little break. We'll start in 10 seconds. All right, now you know the exercises, so you can kind of do them more efficiently. Alternating high kicks. Good. Alternating crab toe touches. Next up are going to be our knee tucks. Coming up next are going to be our hip turnouts. After that, we have our lunge twists. Of course, alternate sides. Don't just go to one side. Into some arm circles. Oh, I'm sorry, torso twist with your windmill. Forgot about that one. Standing up tall each time. The temptation is to not stand up, but remember we're warming up our lower back as well. You want to warm that up, so be sure you're standing up each time you twist. Now we're on to big arm circles. Then the back kicks. Excellent. Into high knees. And finally, jumping jacks. Great job. We're ready to go. All right. Nice. So now we're going to go to our workout of the day, which is right here. And let me get a little bit smaller. There we go. All right. So today's workout has just a couple of exercises. We're going to do each set of these 5 times before we call it a round. Okay? It's just jumping jacks and arm circles. Some of them are raised toe arm circles, so you're balancing on your tiptoes. We're going to do those on sets 2 and 4 each round. All right, so here we go. 5 jumping jacks, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 arm circles. Feet can be flat here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 5 jumping jacks. 3, 4, 5, 10 raised arm circles up on your tiptoes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raised up on your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. And that's the end of round 1. All right, and we're going to work our way to round 2. It's pretty fast paced. Let's see here. Get to our right spot. All right. Here we go. Just follow along to the video, turn up your music, do what I'm doing. We've done one round, we're on to round 2 now. All right, that's 2 rounds done. Now, as you get into the next few rounds, your arms, if you're doing this right, you'll start to feel your shoulders, even the upper part of your arm, start to get a little bit tired, and you're going to want to drop your elbows and bend your elbows. Keep those elbows in line with your shoulders and keep them up and straight. It doesn't necessarily feel the best, but that's how we strengthen that whole grid across the back of your shoulders, deltoid muscle on your shoulder, and it takes a little bit of work, even in little bouts of 10 like this. So keep it up. Keep fighting the fight. All right, we're going to start round 3. Here we go. Great job. Starting round 4. Ready? Go. Set and begin. Excellent. All right, we have one more to go. Last round. Deep breath. Get those arms across a couple times. Loosen up. Last round. Here we go. All right. Awesome. Okay, so today we're going to finish out the week with just some fun stuff with the paddle. It's a little bit of stuff kind of just screwing around, honestly, but fun all the same. Here, I'm a paddle juggling expert, but I can give it a try like anybody else can, and you can too. So here you go. I'll talk through some of these things. You pause it, try things out. If something's too fast, just let the ball bounce in between or whatever. But here we're just kind of waking up with bouncing the ball on all sides of the paddle, doing a little flapjack like we did yesterday, kind of get used to it. Bouncing the ball off the ground. Finding that sweet spot is a good thing to do. So here I'm working with my non-dominant hand, my left hand, trying to get it right. Then I switch over to my right hand to rescue myself. So here I'm bouncing that ball flapjack off the ground, straight forehand side off the ground, straight backhand side off the ground. Just kind of getting everything ready, waking the ball up, waking myself up. All right, so now I'm going to go with that side of my racket, the side of my paddle. Again, everything has a center line to it. So if you can find that center line and find the sweet spot, the place on the center line that offers the most true hit of the ball, you can keep it going off of any surface. Now I'm going to go off my knee and practice bouncing the ball off the paddle. Here I'm putting 3 paddles in before I hit it off my knee, then I go off my other knee. And I think I'm going to try to go knee to knee. But the challenge here obviously is with a soccer ball or a bigger ball, it's a little easier to get a bounce off of your knee that is going to go exactly where you want it to go. Tennis ball, it's a smaller ball, so it can go anywhere if you're not quite perfect off of it. Okay, there I'm using my chest. You can bump off your chest, bump off your knee. There you go. We're doing flapjack with that now. So 4 hits, but it's alternating. Now I'm going to try with my left hand, and I try to kick. So that gave me an idea, right? I have an idea now. Oh, I can use my feet. So I'm going to try that. I'll let the ball bounce in between, and kick it off the bounce. Let it bounce. Paddle it, let it bounce, kick it. Keep that going. Use both your feet if you can. And I'm using both my hands, so left hand, right hand, going back and forth, trying to keep that ball going. You'll see me run off screen quite a bit. Could use some practice. Okay, now I'm trying not to let the ball bounce, and that's going to be with mixed results. Our soccer people in here may be really good at this. I'm just trying to figure out how to make that ball go off my foot correctly. And I am not doing a great job, but I'll figure it out. Okay, now I'm going to the volleyball skill set. Here I'm bouncing off the paddle. I'm hitting with a closed fist off the back of my hand or off the side where I would hit an underhand serve. Switch hands. So now I'm practicing off my left hand striking, right hand paddling. We can do the same thing off of our forearm. I'm using the flat part of my forearm, the part that we bump using a volleyball. So here I'm going to use the same arm that I'm paddling with. That's two different levels, so the ball is coming in close to your body when you bump and a little further with the paddle. Now I'm using my head. For once in my life, I'm popping that ball off my head, back to the paddle, sort of. So we're keeping it going off of our head. Now the end goal here is to try and get that ball to bounce off a whole bunch of parts of our body. So here I'm going shoulders. So I've done my knees, feet, shoulders, chest, head. In a second, I'm going to do, I think, my elbows. So I'll be doing that a little bit. But you're going to have to kind of try and figure out, there I'm trying to catch it on my back. So roll it off and keep it going. Then I'm going to practice a little bit off the back of the foot. I might try off the side of my foot, kind of hacky sack. If you know what a hacky sack is, that's a lot of fun to play with, a little beanbag that you kick around. Yeah, there's off the side of my foot. So you can practice off different sections of different parts of your body. Here I'm going to do kind of the rainbow where you're hitting back and forth. Practice that ball up high. All right, now the goal is to try to get the ball juggled using your paddle and your body, starting from the top, so starting from your head, off as many sections of your body as you can. Here I'm like a trained seal. I'm trying to spin and juggle the ball off the spin. But the challenge I want you to do is try and get that ball to bounce off the paddle, off your head, paddle, shoulder, paddle, elbow, paddle, forearm, paddle, knee, paddle, foot, without letting the ball hit the ground. There's some things I'm showing you here that are continued on with some just handling stuff. If the juggling is a little overwhelming, then go right back into just the handling things. But now I'm going to go into that whole idea of working down my body using the paddle in between. Okay, so here, that was a mishit. I was trying with my left hand, so I'm going to go back to my right hand and try it here. So off my head, got that sort of. I'm going to go head, and then try and go off of the shoulder. Keep it going if you mess up. Paddles there as the backup. Then I'm going to go off of my elbow, I think. Oh, my other shoulder. That's what I did. Then I went to my knee. Other knee. Down to my foot. Oh, and almost. Not quite. I really stood here for a very long time. There's been a little bit of editing of this film, but I worked at this. I think my phone was ringing too, telling me it was time to go home. There's the elbow. I just could not go home. I had to get it. So we had the forearm, the hand, the other hand, the knee, the other knee, the foot, and maybe a little edit here. Pay no attention to the edit. There we go. Got the other foot. Okay. So that is what we are looking at in terms of making sure that we have, a good command of a ball when a racket or a paddle is in our hand. So that includes being sure we're under control with bouncing the ball to ourselves off the paddle, bouncing the ball off the ground, striking with ground strokes, which are the forehand, backhand, low to high movement. We want to have the serve with our dominant hand down and ready to go. Okay, so serving, you can do all this off of a wall, to a spot, or to yourself. And then the juggling is kind of for fun, but working on both sides of the body so that both sides are competent at the movement and your brain has processed through. As we teach our weak side, the strong side learns a few things as well. So thanks for the work this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead, and I'll look forward to seeing you Monday next week. Have a great day.